right, everyone, are you ready? Woo! Okay, I'll take that as a yes. Everyone, my name is Carly Roberts. I'm the current Associated Students President, and I'm honored to be the moderator of tonight's debate. I want to thank you all for coming out and attending. Each and every one of you are key to making the Associated Students run. You are the reason that the Associated Students exists, and you are the ones responsible for choosing the leaders who will guide the Associated Students through the next year. We are an organization that is over 100 years old with a proud history of pushing the boundaries of what a student union can be. We are one of the largest Associated Students organizations in the nation, with over 200 student employees each year and a budget over $2.5 billion. The position of Associated Students President is very important to ensuring that this association continues pursuing excellence in the way that we have for the past 100 years. We have three wonderful candidates tonight who will have the opportunity to shine and show you what they have to offer as your Associated Students President. And it is your responsibility to actively engage with this process, ask questions at the end if you have them, and make sure that you are listening to what each and every candidate has to say. So once again, thank you all for being here. I am very excited to moderate these debates, and I would like to welcome our candidates up to the table. So, debate is key to democracy, I have heard it said. So this is a very, very important opportunity to hear a variety of ideas and to engage with those ideas and find out what is going to be best for our association moving forward. Tonight I'm going to go over the structure really quick for you. First off, we have introductions, which is what just happened. Candidates will each be given the opportunity for a 2-minute opening statement, and then we will move into candidate questions. Candidates will have 1 minute and 30 seconds each to answer each question, and we will be asking the questions on a rotating order. So, for example, the order is going to be Josie, Annika, and Morgan, and then it will rotate so everyone has the opportunity to answer questions first, middle, and last, so that it's nice and fair. So, then following all of the candidate questions, we will have the opportunity for some questions that were submitted via Twitter, as well as audience questions. So make sure that you take notes, and if you have any questions, you save them until the end. There will be no opportunity for rebuttals in this format, so each candidate statement will stand for themselves and then can be kind of teased out later if they so choose. Nick will be right here. Nick, our wonderful elections coordinator who's responsible for coordinating this event. Let's give Nick a hand, by the way. Nick will be holding time cards so that our candidates can see how much time they have left. So there's a 30-second warning and then one that says stop. And we want to make sure, the reason for that and the reason for time limits is to make sure that we respect everybody and that everyone has a fair chance to answer the questions. So, with that said, any questions from the audience? Not to ask them, but about how this is going to go. Any questions from the candidates? All right. Well, let's begin with candidate statements. Josie, go ahead.
Thank you, Carly, and thank you to everyone who came out tonight. And I actually have one more thank you that I want to start this off with, and that's to the students of Western for electing me to serve on the board of directors last year. It's been a really wonderful experience. It's had a large impact on my decision to run for president this year. For those of you that I don't know or haven't had the chance to meet yet, my name is Josie Ellison, and I'm running to serve you as AS president next year. This is my second year at Western, and I'm thrilled to have two other candidates joining me who are as passionate about representing our students as I am. And being president is something that I've wanted to do for a long time. I remember sitting at freshman orientation and watching the AS president speak and realizing all the amazing things that the AS has the potential to do for our students. And then for a large portion of my freshman year, I didn't have much involvement with the AS, and that experience isn't an uncommon one. That's part of why I want to increase representation and involvement for freshmen and sophomores on campus. We need to open the doors to the associated students. Another thing I want to work on next year is a tuition decrease, because we can only open the doors to the AS if we open the doors to the university first. The president doesn't just fight for the students of the university, they also fight for the students that aren't able to attend the university because of high cost. I'm looking forward to having a robust debate regarding different aspects of the presidential position, and please feel free to contact me after the debate at any time with any questions you have.
Thank you very much, Josie. Go ahead.
Hello everyone, thank you very much for coming tonight and joining me in this debate, us in this debate. My name is Annika Walters and I'm running for AS President as well. I'd also like to thank my mother for coming out tonight and my aunts Michael and Marla. So, I'll begin with my candidacy statement, which you can also hear on KUGS radio. If you know nothing about me, I'm a team member. Making Western's campus more inclusive relies on people like us. Most students here have never been involved in the Associated Students, and I'm out to represent these students, the majority. There are things that we all want, such as for tuition, costs not to skyrocket or even raise, increase, a safer Carver gym and overall campus, and visual representation of all identities we have here. I've spent the last 2 years as a student reporter working for our publications like the AS Review and the Western Front, and this gave me a valuable insight from students, faculty, and administration on our opinions on what needs to be done. So now I think it's time to act. I'm driven by this objective. I've taken nearly every leadership class on this campus, and I've held multiple positions in the Ethnic Student Center. By learning from each other, we can build a more inclusive home away from home, and we can actually feel home away from home. So with your help, I know we can empower students to empower other students. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Annika. Go ahead.
My name is Morgan Burke, and I'm also running for AS President. I am an international business major with triple minors of German, economics, and energy policy. I am a senior at Western, and I'm 23 years old, and that feels really old to say because it blows my mind that I'm 23. But to kind of look at why I'm running for AS President, I was an RA for 2 years, and I was on the Ridge, and it was super fun, and I had a great opportunity to connect with a wide variety of different people with different social identities and different needs. Was able to support them. Sarah was an RA with me. I also was the AS Business Director for about 6 months, and I ran in the special election, and recently was elected to be the VP for Business and Operations, and that has been a rewarding experience, so I've been doing that. To look more closely at my experience and knowledge and kind of my understanding of the organization, I've worked with the internal structure, and I understand kind of where the opportunities for success are and where the strengths are. And so I can use that knowledge and understanding to improve how we meet the needs of students, because you pay $179 every quarter, and if your programs and services and professional development aren't meeting your needs, then we're not doing you justice. And so with that said, I would like to answer your questions before they're asked. I want to be your voice, and I would like to be next year's AS President. Thank you.
Thank you, candidates. All right, we're going to go ahead and start off with our first question, which will be answered first by Annika, and then we'll rotate around as described earlier. So this is the first question. It's kind of long. The position of AS President is comprised of many roles. These include overseeing the Board of Directors office, serving as Chief Financial Officer of the Associated Students, and representing the whole student body. What skills and experience do you have that will allow you to effectively perform the wide range of presidential responsibilities?
Thank you, Carly. I'm so glad you asked. Working with teams is my specialty, as I said in my opening statement. The first immediate response I can give is my current role as Vice President in the Black Student Union. Shout out. So, in that, it gave me an opportunity to work with the 10 board members that we have, and I want to also thank Justin Parson for being here, who's currently the president, and he has supported me in the way I need to be supported, and we've taken turns supporting the 10 members that we have here as well. I've also been a scholar of Matrix leadership here since my freshman year, and in Matrix leadership we study collaborative relationships as if they were the spoke of the wheel. So each spoke in the wheel needs to be equally supported, nourished, and encouraged for the wheel to move forward. Each one needs to be equal. As president, I'm not simply trying to represent the AS or the Associated Students, which we pay to be here. I'm trying to represent not only the people who voted, the people who didn't vote, and the people who didn't know that they could vote. I believe I can make financial decisions which can positively affect the students who never know we made them. And by maintaining a positive and well-rounded relationship with the students, the community, and the greater state, I believe I can serve Western Washington University and a diverse student body.
Would you like me to repeat the question?
Yeah, why not?
Okay.
For you too.
The position of AS President is comprised of many roles. These include overseeing the Board of Directors office, serving as the Chief Financial Officer of the Associated Students, and representing the whole student body. What skills and experience do you have that will allow you to effectively perform the wide range of presidential responsibilities?
To start off, I'm going to break it up and answer it by each part. So the first part is overseeing the board office. As my current position, actually, you know what, I'm going to mix that up. I'm going to talk about the things that I have within the organization that will help me be successful in this position, and I'm going to talk about the things that I did outside of this organization that will also contribute to that. So in the organization, currently I already said this, but I'm the VP for Business and Operations. So I oversee 4 of the personnel administrative offices: business office, assessments office, personnel office, and the business office, assessment office, personnel office, I'm missing one. Communications office, that's a recent one, that's why. But I oversee those offices individually. I provide strategic oversight. I have talk times with them. I work on projects. I support them through the goals that they want to accomplish. And then I also oversee the PC, AS Review, Outdoor Center, and I provide a strategic oversight for those groups as well and act as a liaison. So I have understanding of the facilities and the internal operations of the organization, and so I have that context to work from and know how to make those changes that will kind of benefit everyone, not only in the organization but outside the organization. Taking that, the president oversees the VPs, and it's a collaborative aspect that kind of fosters the positive leadership and impact that they have on the rest of the community. And so with that said, all of the individuals...
Thank you so much for your answer. That's time.
That's okay. Thank you.
Would you like me to repeat the question?
No, thank you.
Go ahead.
So, my experience as the Vice President for Academic Affairs and the Board of Directors this year has definitely prepared me to serve as your AS President. Over the past year, I've seen firsthand the dynamics of the position of AS President and how they interact with the Board of Directors. And I've been a part of both the successes and the struggles that position has had in the past year. From dealing with the response to the riot that we had earlier this year and dealing with the resignation of the Vice President, to aiding in our largest voter registration drive and being a part of the largest Viking lobby day that we've ever had. When it comes to financial decisions and the President's oversight as Chief Financial Officer, I think it's really, really important to look at the interactions between the Vice President for Business and Operations and the President. There is a lot of trust in that relationship, and the VP for Business and Operations, it is their main job to do the oversight for that, and then it's in collaboration with the President, so that's a very important aspect. That being said, I do have experience overseeing a large budget. I work as the chair of the Student Tech Fee Committee, and I work very closely with John Lawson, the Vice Provost for Information Technology, on the allocation of the $1.5 million budget that we have in that committee. Another area of expertise that I would bring to the AS presidential position is my experience with the Washington Student Association. The president serves on the board of directors along with 11 other schools in the state of Washington, and I've been fortunate enough to attend almost all of their meetings this year. So that's what I'm prepared to do for those students of Western.
Thank you for your answers. All right, the next question, which will be answered by Morgan first. How will you approach your role as the chair of the board of directors, keeping in mind that you will oversee 6 people bringing varying ideas and goals to the table?
I'm going to manage my time better. So, with my experience, I was an RA for 2 years, so I oversaw at least 50 residents and understood the dynamics within that group entirely. I got to build a strong relationship with each individual person and understand who they are, because everyone comes in with something different in their backpack, and that's all the different social identities that those people have and the intersectionality that they play. And with that said, I was able to connect with each individual person and better understand what they needed from me and how I could better support them. And so as of right now, in my position, I've connected with each of the VPs as well as the president and found how I can contribute to the success that they have and how I can get my goals accomplished. Going more in depth, I have a servant leadership style and more collaborative. And so when I make decisions, I'm not making decisions based on my own accord. I'm making them on, thank you, on everyone else's opinions and with their interests in mind. So I think that that will help foster positive relationship between myself and the other VPs as well as the greater community as a whole.
It's going to go back to Josie. Would you like me to repeat the question? Sure. How will you approach your role as the chair of the board of directors, keeping in mind that you will oversee